Hey, fellers and fellerettes, I got a pretty good one today. This one's kind of different. I pulled a knife out of my ever-growing project box, and I cleaned her up, sharpened her, and got her all ship shape and everything. And I did it all on video. Now this video is like 20-something minutes long, but I condensed it down by cutting it up and speeding it up to like 4 times speed. Yeah, because it took a little over 3.5 hours to do this. Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now. Yeah. Y'all sit back, enjoy this. I've had some people ask me, hey, Cornbread, what is your sharpening technique? And I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's just, I grew up with a bunch of old people sharpening knives and stuff, and that's the way I do it. Sometimes on the fancy, the like Gucci metal stuff, I'll use a Lansky sharpener or something that holds a perfect angle, and you can half a day, because that stuff a lot of times is really hard. But on this knife, I think it turned out most awesome. I didn't want the knife to be absolutely perfect. You can take, when you get everything cleaned up and you start polishing the blades and all that, you can go to start at like a 400 or 600 grit emery cloth or sandpaper on the blades, get them good and horizontally scratched, so to speak, and then go to 1,000 grit. And I've got a knife or two here that I've gone up to 8,000 grit emery paper or emery cloth sandpaper, and that takes just a little while. But this knife had good character. I want to carry the knife. I'm going to make a sheath for it. And yeah, I just want it to be clean, look good, polished up, but yet still have a little of its history and character left, you know? So anyway, I'm going to start the video now, and I might chime in there here and there and tell you what I'm doing if it's like gets a little on the confusing side or something. So y'all ready? Here we go. I have to put it back here in a second. I got Now you can tell this knife wasn't in horrible condition. It needed some TLC. The blades were real hard to open and close because it was nasty. Bolsters were tarnished. Blades were scratched all to bejesus and back. So yeah, I picked this one to get started first because I'm going to make a little leather sheath and we're going to carry it. Now it's got the original sheath with it. And if it turns out where I can restore it and clean it up good, we might go with that. Now I generally get started, I do all the heavy lifting with the 4/0 steel wool. And don't be scared of the 4/0 steel wool. You're not going to hurt anything with it. As you can tell here, I've jacked it up to 4 times speed because, like I say, this took between 3.5 and 4 hours, and I condensed it down to a 28-minute video. But I'm working with, I'll use Zippo fuel, and That helps cut some of the goop off of it. And as you see there, 3-in-1 oil. And I'm just trying to get the heavy lifting and get the bulk of the material off at this point. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but don't be scared to do this, folks. You're not gonna hurt anything. I mean, if you go grabbing 80 grit sandpaper and doing this, you might have a problem, but you start off with 3/0 or 4/0 steel wool, and yeah, you can, the handle scales, everything. Stop every now and then, wipe it off, and see your progress. And you'll find that a lot of times when you're doing it this way, you don't see progress per se as you're going. But then at the end of everything, you look at the before and the after, and a lot of times it'll blow your mind the difference you've made. Well, I'm gonna button my lip for a minute and let y'all watch this goofy guy in high speed. Now I'm just showing you guys the way I happen to do things. There's a lot of guys on here a lot better than me on YouTube. You can check Kevin, the Knife Doctor, out. He does a lot of this in his videos. Tom at Knife Delights. There's a bunch of guys. I'm just showing you the way I like to do it, and I like to get everything like mega clean and mega oily, and yeah. But anyway, figured I'd tell you that. Let's go back to watching this. Now, don't get discouraged. You're going to see me start here, and I'm going into high speed, and you are going to see me rub the ever-loving snot out of this blade. But don't get discouraged, and don't worry about, oh, I made 4 or 5 swipes, and it's not perfect yet, and everything. Just keep working on it, and keep working on it. Wipe it off every now and then. I start, including this knife, I soak it overnight in mineral oil. And yeah, I picked that little tip up from Tom and them, Tom at Knife Delights, and a couple of others. They do that, and it helps loosen up stuff and everything. But just take your time, and don't get too big of a hurry, and don't get discouraged if a thing don't look like $1 million in 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little time, you know. But either way, you're going to be happy because you got a lot of time and effort in it. It looks better. And you can be proud of what you did. You know, back to watching. Oh yeah, as you can tell, This is a Western folding hunter. I bought off eBay for 20 bucks. I feel like I should tell you guys, when you're doing this stuff, you don't have to be in a gigantic hurry to do it. I mean, if you want to take 2, 3, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, that's cool. It's just fun to clean up knives. You find old knives on eBay and the flea markets and all, clean them up. But don't work yourself into like, I worked till like 3:30 in the morning on this because I have ADHD and it's hard to stop. But take your time, don't burn yourself out. And yeah, back to the music.